So I don't want to say that it doesn't exist. It's just sometimes political and media agendas can translate to the real thing. Like I was shooting a documentary for Rock Nation for Sia Khaleesi, and one of the things I said is it's so beautiful to have a black man celebrated globally in sport, because sport is something that brings us together. There's like no boundaries, and he's literally a captain for a white sport, like white Afrikaans sport, but he brought so many colors together and people like don't hate each other, which is, people are celebrating this. Why are they celebrating it? Because it's so unusual. Like black people are supposed to hate white people and white people are supposed to hate black people. That's the agenda that you think. But like I said, if you guys have to come home, it's all love. Like, yes, we have past things, like we've been oppressed. We don't think that we're good enough. Like we don't think we have enough skills to, that's just because we never had the opportunities. But it's not really like that.
Who thinks that?
Who thinks they're not good enough?
Yeah.
I'll be honest and say us as a people, like we have a long way to go. We never really, it's like now we have all these like black female empowerment programs and like women doing amazing things in business and like a lot of places where they're infiltrating black people into powerful positions, but they never had that before. We never had that before. So it's only now that we're stepping into that power. But even if you step into that power, it's like,
no, it's not only.
Am I good enough?
No, that's not true. I have to cut you off on that.
That's an American.
No, it's not. It's not that like, oh, you've never had. You have to step into that power. That's power that was actually taken and made sure that was not given to you. Yeah. So it's not something as easy as just being like, step into that power and own that. It's like that's not how this works. It's like, yeah, as much as you could try to be like a rare one or a person that believes, I don't believe that for one, but again, I can only speak about the American experience, but I don't think that black people believe we can't do it. I think that is, I think if anything, that's media propaganda. They try to push on us and say, well, no, black people believe that they don't have the skills. No, we don't. You told us that we have the skills. We never said that. No, we've never agreed to that. That is something that you simply put out here. So I don't think that people, I think, yeah, of course there is some Stockholm syndrome. Of course there is abuse in there, and people do, have to heal from a lot of that and not believe. But I don't know if people just outright believe like, oh, we're not capable.
True, but I'm just saying the power of media. Like if you listen to something bad enough, you start to believe it, and if you listen to something good. What I was trying to say is that if you come back, like we don't really have racial issues. Like everybody loves everyone. Like it's a vibe.
There's not like residuals from like apartheid stuff going on.
I mean, we have more of a hunger for opportunities because we're going to get ours. But I think it's more of a cross-generational thing. It's like our generation is just doing that. It's not really a color thing, But we've been taking space.
Taking space?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, interesting.
Taking land back, you said?
Well, I mean, translate.
Oh no, I want to make sure.
That too.
Oh, okay, I didn't know what you was trying to say. I was listening to you. I'm like, taking space. I didn't know what that meant.
It's just a really cool time. It's like everyone is achieving and doing everything they said they would. No one is. I mean, if you look at our parents like had one job for their whole life. That was all that they did. And we are like artists, but then we're also business people and we have side hustles and we're just breaking so many molds. You can't put us in one thing.
Is it more of a vibe there? Is there something like something bad happened here, but we all like agree that was wrong and we don't want to do that anymore? Where is it like in America, like something bad happened here and people are like still battling over like whether it was actually bad? There's like racists that still exist, you know what I mean? That are,
no, we
or is it more like, I feel like in Germany, they're kind of like, hey, the Holocaust, the whole Nazi thing was like bad and like it's illegal to fly a Nazi flag, you know what I mean?
Is it easier?
Is
it maybe that it's easier? 'Cause I had this argument or this discussion with somebody else. Maybe it's simply easier that you can see yourself still. And I'm not saying that Germans and Jewish people look alike, but I'm also saying that like you can still see. It's a color barrier there. Like maybe it's that the disconnect is that we don't want to right our wrongs or admit to it because we don't see ourselves in those people. When I say ourselves, I speak as white Americans. I say you don't see yourself in black Americans, so you don't care what happens there versus the person who's like, you know what, we can all agree that was a fucked up time and maybe we don't fly the Nazi flag anymore, guys. That's the thing we'll do. I think maybe that is why
you can move past it.
Yeah, you can move it past it because you like, yo, he really do kind of like my brother a little bit. Versus,
well, I'm also kind of relating that to South Africa of like maybe I don't know. I've never really talked to anybody from South Africa about how it feels over there and what the state of racism is. I kind of imagine that there would be like leftover,
I think we have less racism and more black progression. So we celebrate when we see black people taking space. So more than hating another race, we're just, like I said, trying to take up space. Like we want to see more black billionaires and more black female CEOs and more black female successful influencers, and whatever it is that you want to do, we kind of are celebrating that. We want more people to win. So we're so programmed to know that we're going to fail and we don't belong in a room. We don't belong there. Like that's for other people, and so when you see, I don't know, other people in first class or you see other people on vacations, you're like, wow, guys, black people are doing it. Like, shout out.
So you're kind of okay with like, hey, if we get little steps, that's okay. Because for me, it feels like, I don't know South Africa again, but like it feels like it's probably like more elitism, if anything, than it is. I think there's a big race issue, but I think there's probably still more elitism of people being like, oh, you're not in this class. So it's easy also to see things when you're not in a class.
Yeah,
like it's easy to say, oh, well, I don't see any racism. Well, yeah, you might be the only black person that's in an all-white room and they're not treating you like a nigga, so you don't see the racism. But it's still outside of that room. The people who can't get in are all experiencing the racism. So it's very easy to be like, oh, yeah, I don't see it happening when you're rich, because I'm rich. I can go in rooms and fucking...
Okay.
I'm just saying, I can go in rooms and be like, oh, I don't see it. They don't treat me like that.
Yeah.
Like Lil Wayne said a long time ago, he was like, what do you say? Black, I don't know, black lives matter. My bitches lives matter. And he was like, his whole thing was like, the police have been okay to me. First of all, this nigga was like facing a gun charge. So confusing for him to be saying this. But he said, the police have been good to me to do this. And I was like very confused by it. But then I was like, no, if you're Lil Wayne and you are fucking Lil Wayne, nigga, and you are getting police escorted everywhere, and this is
you have it different.
Then you're like, yo, I don't see the problem here, everybody.
Yeah.
And it's like, of course you don't fucking see the problem. You also don't live in reality, sir.
Look,
right.
When you drive, let's say you're driving down the main Grayston, you're going to the KFC or whatever, you see more black people in supercars than you do white. So if you want me to sum up what it looks like in South Africa, that's what it's like. It's almost become less of an issue. Like I was explaining earlier, gender-based violence and like rape is like
but we should argue that we should see more black people in supercars in Africa than white people. Can we argue that at least?
We can argue that.
Okay, cool.
But
we
it's
shouldn't
happening.
Act like it's a good thing that it's more black people in cars than white people in Africa. It's like it's fucking Africa.
You're right. But I'm just letting you know we're doing it. Like you see more of it happening. Maybe it's wrong that we're celebrating it. Why is it even a thing? Why are we like, oh yay? I don't know.
Yeah, and then there's issues of class too, of like, because Johannesburg is like a very, like there's two different Johannesburgs, right?
Completely.
Yeah, so.
But it's like that too. After every like really like fancy suburban area, there's a hood area right next to it, and the hood area is really, really bad. And obviously, it's maximum population of the underprivileged area.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's life, guys, inequality. But if we can use our like social status to make their life better, I always say like move with influence. Like enjoy your life, but do something that matters that could potentially change other people's lives. Don't just do stuff unintentionally.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, Amanda for president.
There you go. And we gonna get into some funny shit from here on out. But welcome to Wine and Weed.
Hey, welcome to Wine and Weed.
I am one of your hosts, Sterling Steelo Brim, aka that dude, aka S to the B to your best of the breed, aka is that third leg, no, that's just me, aka concerned father, aka Black Mama, aka RP Black Mamba, aka Seasonton Salenton. Here's Salad and last but not least, your Uncle Elroy, and with me as always.
I'm Chris Reinacher, a.k.a. the Connoisseur, a.k.a. your new baby daddy, a.k.a. Mustache Maven, a.k.a. Speed Bump, a.k.a. my friends are Speed Bumps, a.k.a. Elusive Moose, Saxophone Jones. I like how we said we weren't going to do AKAs anymore. We're back. They snuck back in and they're here to stay.
Because people demanded them.
We got Alahna Jade giving us facts over here.
It's Alahna with no AKAs, but I'm here.
Yeah, we appreciate
You don't need one.
Thank you.
Cool.
And we have a very special guest. I think our first real international guest on this show. That's amazing.
Well, we got
that's
some Brits.
amazing. No,
we got
we
some
had
Brits.
Who we have?
We've had Damson
Afrobeat.
Idris.
Oh, we did
got
have
Afrobeats.
Damson.
Yeah.
We had Afro. I'm so disrespectful.
Afrobeat.
All our fucking former guests. I apologize. We have an actor. Are you an author?
Can I do my introduction?
You can,
I feel like Steelo.
You know what? Do your own intro.
Fuck
You know,
yeah.
I love that.
So my name's Amanda Du-Pont, and I'm an actress, 2-time CEO, one for a fintech company, one for a skincare brand, Made by Africa, vegan, and social media influencer, and just proudly African. Yes. And first time in LA, so yeah, with Steelo and the gang, so it feels really, really cool to be here and know when this comes out, like, South Africa's gonna go crazy. Like when we get represented, we're like,
yeah. Fuck yeah.
Hell yeah.
And we know that we got a little small South African fan base, so I thought it was perfect for us to link up.
Yeah.
We appreciate you for coming on the show, and I like your old intro right there. That's the first time we ever had a guest with on intro like that.
I love it.
You got any AKAs?
AKA Superstar,
Ooh.
AKA Killer Chef,
Ooh.
AKA Drive Hot Whips, AKA Can Swim, AKA Jordan Game Heavy. Yeah, I'm done.
I like it. I like you had
those.
pros, you had negatives,
Yeah.
you really represented yourself all around with the AKAs.
And if you don't know about this show, what we do each week is we go over the news, the topical comedy show, first and foremost. So we go over the news, we do all of that while we drink a little wine, we smoke a little weed. And this week we are drinking
Cote de Roses.
Yeah, that boy, you hear that accent? That boy been places.
I nailed it.
Cultured.
And what we're smoking,
I'm smoking a little CBX on my favorite Tropicana. I ain't had this in so long. I saw it on the weed menu yesterday. I didn't believe it. I clicked the order. It's actually here in my hand again, so I'm just happy to smoke this again.
Hell yeah. Well, I also brought some selfies.
Yeah.
Some blackjack. I smoked these one time and they got me very high. I think it was a different strain because I smoked one of these last night and I was like, this is good. But the first time, yeah, I was so high off of one of these.
Do you have like actual strains that like when you smoke, you like, man, I was so fucking funny. I gotta remember that strain again to make sure that I'm fun, like a superhero power. Like, oh, that strain make me fucking funny as hell. Because one of my boys got like this strain that I gave him one time.
You need Swazi Gold.
Yeah.
You need Swazi Gold. Have you had it?
Swazi Gold?
Yeah,
No,
from
what's that?
Swaziland.
Nah.
There's weed in the South African weed, or
It's
Swaziland,
Comes from a
weed.
country I'm from. It's called Swazi Gold.
It's
yeah.
crazy?
Yeah. If I was allowed to travel with it, I would bring it. But yeah.
Damn.
Order
we
it
gotta
from the menu.
Now I feel like we gotta get
You
it.
have
Somehow we
to.
gotta get it.
Yeah.
Can we make that happen somehow? Can somebody out there that's listening who know how to make some shit happen, make it happen? Because we want to smoke that Swazi Gold. But
I like it. They did. Vice did a investigation into who has the worst weed.
Oh,
and
what
they
place?
went to go try to find all the weed in the world to find out who has the worst.
Oh, who does?
I think it's somebody in South Africa or South America. South
I was
America,
about
not
to
South
say,
Africa.
God, he better Swazi Gold. I think it's someone named
Trash. No, it's somewhere in South Africa or South America, and partially part of it is the fact that they have to get it to stick together in order to. It's like it just sounds absolutely disgusting. But go check that article out if you're interested.
Didn't we talk about that on the show one time? How like we're such fucking narcissists, America, that we like really call ourselves like America, and like there's a whole South America we just don't even allow to call themselves America.
Oh,
if people are like you're going to America, nobody's ever been like which one,
Chile,
North or South. Everyone's like America, nigga. That's just crazy to me that we just like took over that shit. And they really let us do it.
I feel like South Africa's got similar vibes. They're like, we'll take the name of the whole continent.
I'm not gonna lie because
I'm not
what
letting
did
your
I
white
say?
ass come in here and make South Africa. I'll beat your ass on
I
this
was just
fucking
saying,
podcast,
like, there's
Chris.
like a whole half of the continent that is technically South Africa.
You're gonna tell us how we be?
I'm trying to connect America and South Africa, you know? Both of us are like, it's about us.
But you know why we do that? Where we feel like we represent. We just. It's like New York.
Because there's white people there. We know why they do it.
They're like, this is now South
They're
Africa.
like, well, it's kind of all of us now.
we're still going to take the name of the whole continent.
We're all African, right? Stick together.
No, I'm not even gonna explain. You guys are funny.
Shit.
Oh,
Well, let's get into the news stories of the week.
Yeah.
goodness.
Man arrested after starting fire at Home Depot in attempt to cover up his shoplifting. Blaze was visible from space. A San Jose man faces multiple felony arson charges after setting a massive fire at a local Home Depot. Dylan Gouge, 27, has been charged with aggravated arson, 7 counts of grand theft, and 3 counts of petty theft. On April 9th, he allegedly started the 5-alarm fire at Home Depot in San Jose while he was shoplifting to act as a distraction from his crime. The blaze ended up destroying the entire 98,000 square foot store, causing an estimated $17 million in inventory loss. Thankfully, no one was injured.
Did it say what he was searching
stealing
for? Yeah. What was he stealing in the first place?
It doesn't say what was in his cart.
But he's smart.
Because nigga, it burnt. Whatever it was.
Damn it.
That's crazy for you like to be like in such a panic. Because I imagine he didn't come in there with the plan of like, I'm going to steal this wrench and then burn that bitch down. I think he probably was like, yo, I think they watching me. I don't know what to do. Cause a distraction. Start a fire.
Yeah.
Try to start a small fire in the corner or some shit. Yeah. And then
They won't see us.
That's crazy. Nobody got hurt, right?
No, nobody was hurt.
Yeah, but the whole Home Depot burnt the fuck down.
I want to make sure nobody died, Chris. It's like, but $7 million in inventory.
17.
For some reason,
17. Alana's like, no, it's actually 10 more million.
for some reason it sounded like you said, well, no one died. We're fine.
When I
That
was younger,
smaller?
guys, can we just have you guys ever shoplifted anything? As
Hell
a kid?
yeah.
Okay, I'm not crazy.
Just from Walmart.
And I felt so bad. It was like a chocolate from just like a free magazine. The security held me in a room. I think I was a kid, so they
Oh,
wanted
you got
like,
caught.
I got caught.
Bad at it immediately.
And I was sleeping over at my white friend's house, and the mom was like, "I'm so disappointed."
Why would you pull this stunt when you sleeping over there? Why now? Representation at the wrong time. She was like, y'all want to see some nigga shit?
She was like,
I'm going to do it.
I might have to call your mom. I might please don't call my mom. But yeah, I think
It was just a candy bar? What was it?
It was just a little chocolate.
They planted it on there?
free chocolate in a magazine.
What
But
do you mean? Oh, it's free chocolate inside the magazine.
yeah, you know you get those free
They
things.
took you in for that?
I think they wanted to teach me a lesson. Listen, I will
Well, you
never
talk
steal
about it to this day, yeah. Shit.
So yeah, I felt so bad then. Lighting a fire feels like something
That you would have done?
so they don't put me in that
The
room.
chocolate? Damn. Melted the chocolate.
How do we feel about that idea that the police scared the hell out of you to like teach you a lesson, but then don't actually do anything? There's a video that went kind of viral this week where the
seen
police
that.
are like arresting this kid for a candy bar
It was for chips.
and then the context is that they did just take him home to his dad and say,
Yeah, but did you see how they handled
they
it?
they
beat
were
his ass.
way too aggressive.
I didn't see it.
They
Can
were
we
way
see
too
it?
aggressive.
Let's watch it on here. Shit.
I never did it again. And
Stole?
it taught me, I never, not even coins from my mama's purse. So it taught me a lesson. But I think they were not being aggressive with me and nobody hurt me. They just put me in a room and that
Now,
was
you was
it.
with a white family. They was like, man, we have to at least teach her a lesson. We know we normally let just walk out, but we have to teach her a lesson.
Oh, God.
Or else she'll believe.
Here, I'll show you.
That
Sterling.
she can do this again.
See, I feel like people have tried that from me, and I don't learn anything.
See,
from
I
it.
also feel like I'm cool with Scared
See?
Straight. You want to watch Scared Straight, Chris?
Oh yeah. I
Are you
watched
cool with
Scared
Scared Straight? Y'all got Scared Straight?
No.
I always shot.
It's
I don't know. Scared Straight. Those kids are really going off the wrong
Yeah,
end.
some of them are. Some of them just be like fake claiming gangs, and so they're into gangs. They be like a 10-year-old, and they take them to prison for a week.
Oh,
No, this is not like okay. I don't have to watch it.
Okay.
It's just like in a fucking time where it's so fucking traumatic and everything that's going on.
I
Why the
think so.
fuck would you be thinking I'm gonna teach this little nigga a lesson?
and
First
it's
of all,
like he
no.
stole a food
Also, the people
item. You know, he's
standing
probably
around.
hungry. Sorry.
Yeah. So, go ahead.
Good.
No, I was just saying that the people standing around as well, it's like you could have explained to them that you're teaching
I
him a lesson
agree
and
there.
I'm just taking them home. Like, why just let them panic and then panic the child as well?
Like,
Yeah, that's what I
What
thought
the fuck?
you should have done. Kind of. It's like, hey, we're gonna take him home to his dad.
Yeah.
well, yeah, but you go to you
Instead,
go to
he's like,
somebody.
listen, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what we're doing.
Yeah.
You're like,
How would you feel if you were getting robbed? That's what he said.
oh, that's what the cops said
Would you
back?
want us to not punish them? Yeah.
Come on.
Where was this at?
He stole chips, guys. He was hungry in
Syracuse?
this economic climate.
Syracuse?
In Syracuse. Yeah, it's just like, come on, fam. Like, in what we're going through right now, not even just right now, period.
you're going
It
through a
just
lot.
shouldn't be they shouldn't be that is no point in the training. It's like, hey, yeah, grab a little nigga and put his arms, some little 9-year-old put his arms up behind his fucking, fam, I'm already probably afraid of the police. If anything, this is an opportunity for you to be repairing whatever relationship you believe the police need to currently still have with people, and let this boy know, hey, actually, I'm on your side. You can't be stealing chips, fam. I'm actually officer such and such. You can, here, this is my name and this is my actual badge number. I'm taking these chips back. Cause I'm letting you know, I'm actually gonna buy these for you. Just whatever the fuck you want to say.
Or come work on the weekend and learn responsibility, pay for the chips, something.
Whatever it may be.
Not terror. I'm not saying let the child go and like he can do whatever, but like how you would teach your own child. You know what I mean?
Also, a bag of chips, fam. Like.
And some of them would teach their own kid by scaring the hell out of him. I think that is
that's hectic. That's
way that some people parent. Is like,
no, but I want
you're gonna be in a lot of trouble.
Cool, but how many times have you heard about police officers parenting their kids like that? They get their kids out of trouble, fam.
That's true.
That's not the truth. That's just it. It's like you don't want to. I don't want to say that they would parent like that because they don't, and we have actual history to back it up and say, hey, when police officers' kids get in trouble, and then you find out later on, oh, this kid did this and this and this and this. There were all these signs, and how did he get off? Because his dad was a cop, and you're like, oh, okay, cool. So take this opportunity to fucking treat them like your kid. And it'd be like,
or treat both of them in the middle of those two, you know.
No, we don't need to just be arresting. You
I'm saying don't let make your own kid more accountable. Don't terrorize.
I'm just like,
kids.
there's so much crime in the world, like real issues, you know, like that I really am passionate about, like people stealing millions of rands from our governments and gender-based violence, and we're gonna smack a kid who stole chips. That's where we're going to put our resources, guys.
We know that.
Yeah. Trying to scare the kid.
Yeah.
Too.
I mean.
They do that.
How did I do?
10 out of 10.
Yeah, it's like Monsters, Inc. They go through the same thing as Monsters University. Y'all seen Monsters University? No?
I actually did watch Monsters University on Disney Plus recently.
Yeah. It was pretty fucking good, right?
It was pretty good. I don't really like, the only one that keeps getting me is the Toy Story 1, 2, 3, 4, but I'm like, not everything needs a sequel. This Buzz Lightyear shit, I'm not into it.
I'm into it.
You are?
I'm into the shit.
I don't need everything to have a sequel.
I didn't say we did, but like, if I'm allowed to like go and see a continuation of my childhood and they haven't fucked it up yet, I don't think Toy Story has fucked it up yet. So I'm like, I doubt y'all gonna touch some shit and be like, we just bombed. So I imagine it's gonna be decent at least, and it's a cool little twist.
It's kind of, I guess so.
I ain't fucking with you, Chris.
I mean, you're right. Like strategically, I just think like take all those people and put them into a new franchise.
And you know what? I like the old legends.
Or hire some new people from Africa.
Yeah.
In your face, Pixar.
What else we got?
California couple's $500 wedding ceremony goes viral.
Yeah.
I seen that they made everyone pay for their food.
Hell yeah, they did.
A California couple is receiving nationwide attention for their $500 wedding, complete with a $47 dress from Shein and reception. The couple in question, Kiara and Joel Brokenburr, was able to chop down on costs for the main ceremony by utilizing an area of the Angeles Crest Highway. The couple did not apply for a public permit. Instead, they chose to invite roughly 30 to 40 friends and relatives, leaving the couple to pay only for guest chairs and wedding arts. For the reception, the couple chose Misty Lounge in Ontario, where guests paid for their own refreshments. Also boosting the success of the $500 wedding was a variety of support the couple says they received from family, with relatives being reported to have helped out with flowers and cake.
So it's not actually $500. It's just they only pay $500.
Yeah.
Is that what's going on?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. I still like this idea. I personally like this idea. I think it's your wedding. I think it's you have
Do what you want to do.
Well, I think you have a wedding one time. I think people gonna buy you gifts anyway or give you something. If y'all want to use it toward y'all not paying on y'all wedding.
Will you go to a wedding where they tell you, okay, if you accept, you must pay for your own food and drinks?
Yeah, I go if I love them
Really?
enough. If they told me that, yeah.
Oh, guys, you're so sweet. I'm not going.
Well, I would assume they didn't have no money. I'd be like, y'all ain't got no money, so y'all asking me.
Why are you
to
getting
come
married
this
if you
year.
got no money? Don't have a
marriage,
wedding.
love ain't about money.
Go sign that code, guys. Yo. Exclude me from the stress.
I like the fact that they found a beautiful spot off the highway. And set up a whole ceremony there. And because they had under 50 people, they technically didn't have to have a permit. Yeah. They could have just been 50 people randomly pulled over on the side of the road. And I think that part is brilliant. Mm-hmm. I feel bad if this becomes a trend and everyone's like, why? Get your photographer friend don't pay him. Don't pay your friend. I don't feel bad if it becomes a trend. You know why?
Because so many people, years after they're married, are still paying off their like wedding loans.
That's true.
They're telling us.
I ain't taking no loan for nobody. That's one thing I ain't doing is going into debt.
Did you see that side eye?
No, she know I wouldn't take no loan out for no wedding.
Okay.
She know me better than that.
Yeah, I agree. Actually, I don't think you should go into marriage like already like. I don't even know. Marriage, like weddings can cost up to $200,000, $500,000, $100,000. I'm like, that's kind of insane for one day. It's a little wild. Like I would rather put that money towards like a house or something. Yeah. Like the whole entire day. I'm like,
and they'll be talking shit about your dress anyway.
The food was whatever. The cake was dry.
That's why I'm fine with this. I'm fine with this because at the end of the day, you could put all your money toward all the stuff that you actually care about. Mm-hmm. Versus this day,
invest in a house.
It's gonna be
Also, the logic being in lieu of gifts, help us pay for this wedding.
Yeah,
I like thinking about it like that. You know, that makes a little more sense to me.
Now, they was like, bring gifts too, motherfuckers. You'd be like, nah, I ain't fucking with that wedding. Would you go to a wedding? They was like, yo, Chris, it's going to be $200, though. That plate going to cost $200. It's $100 for you and $100 for me.
That, like, I'm paying $200 to go to your wedding? You're right. I'm probably going like, I don't think so, buddy, but good luck.
What about if it was my wedding?
I even if knowing your circumstance, I would think it's a little weird of a choice.
But I asked you
to make your friends.
I mean, for the rich guy, I'd be highly annoyed.
He said sure because it depends on the person whose wedding it is.
Yeah,
somebody that actually came to you, that's really your good friend and had this idea, you'd be like, yo, I'm shocked. This is crazy. But also, I guess, nigga, I love you for real.
If somebody in my family did that,
you hate people, huh?
I would. If somebody in my family did that, I would probably like go no questions asked. I wouldn't think that much about it. But if somebody was like fly to Florida and then pay $200 to go to my wedding, I'd be like, I'm flying to Florida for your wedding already. You don't need to. Also, I would be a little bit like,
weird way of looking at things because I'm like weddings, baby showers, stuff like that, and like big events. It's like you're paying for everyone else to have a good time, and you're not really enjoying yourself, and it's so expensive. So I'm like, I would I don't get the concept of being like, oh, I want to go to your wedding and celebrate you, but you're paying like me as an individual just to enjoy myself. And it kind of takes away from like the bride and groom being like, this is our moment. So I'm like, if I were to be like, if someone were like, it's $200 to come to my wedding, I'm like, yeah, of course. Like I'm coming to celebrate you and your love and like
you would pay $200 to go to a popping ass party if you thought like, oh, it's gonna
I
be
guess
$200
that's
to get in
a party, not a wedding.
A wedding is gonna be a party at the end, fam. And it's gonna be a cracking ass party.
And shoes that hurt me. Hi guys.
I'm just saying, you can take the shoes off. If it's a popping wedding, when you walk in, they got the slippers.
I'm old school. We naturally like to host people, so it's like if you don't have, rather don't do it. Because for us, it's like our culture, especially when we have the traditional wedding. So we have a traditional wedding before we have the normal wedding. In the traditional wedding, the whole street, the whole community can just come and eat. So you have to cater to everyone. So it's one of those things like don't do it if you can't cater for it. It's like a love thing. It's
I'm against that one. I'm with you on that. I'm not paying for everybody in this motherfucking block. That nigga hates me. He not about to come over here and just be eating at my wedding. Like you? But I'm with like if you're just like, yo, my real family. Like if I told people, hey, my real family and friends, hey, y'all come out to my wedding. It's gonna be $200. I think that people, would be like, yo, I don't know why this is happening. I don't know why he's asking us this.
For you.
But like, but we fuck with him enough that like, all right, 200, we'll do it.
That's
so
nice.
I think that should be the norm. Like everyone, that marriage is expensive and the starting of a marriage is expensive or whatever. I love the fact of community and family coming together. Be like, I'm gonna put $200 towards you guys in your future, and so, like I like that.
Yeah, I like that. I guess my only thing that I was talking about at the beginning is I'm thinking about the musician friend. If this becomes a trend, who is now having to play 10 weddings for free because everyone's asking for favors. The photographer friend, the makeup friend, like all these people who I think you should pay. I think it's good tact to make sure you pay those people even if they're your friends.
Yeah,
if they're there doing your wedding for you.
Do you
I
guys
agree.
in America get like paid for guest appearance? Like, does someone pay you? Hey, Steelo, can you come to my wedding and pretend to be my friend?
Somebody
Or just
probably
take
would.
a
I mean,
photo?
people have done that in history, not with me, but people have done that in history.
Okay.
Like, oh, I'm paying
checking it's a
certain
thing
people to
here
do
as
it,
well,
but
yeah.
it's not really a thing. I think we passed that where niggas is like, I'm not just pulling up on your wedding, fam. Like, I don't want to.
I don't know you.
Yeah, and I don't want to be.
But
seen
sometimes
with
somebody
you.
will pay like $50,000 for fucking Justin Bieber to come sing a couple songs.
Yeah, sing
For, like,
songs. That's
birthday
different
or
though.
something,
Singing
yeah.
songs.
But just showing up.
Because
yeah,
I plan
guess
on
that's
having a whole concert for my wedding at the end of it.
Who's gonna come perform?
I don't know yet, but that shit gonna be motherfucking lit. That shit gonna be crazy. It's gonna
Are
be
we
like,
paying to come, guys?
It's gonna be ghetto as fuck.
Oh yes.
It's gonna be
I got
uncomfortable.
artist
It's
wristbands.
gonna be
Make sure there's
uncomfortable. Like
ghetto
old
food.
people, we're gonna be
That's
like,
like Coachella.
you know what I'm saying? It's gonna be like a whole
There's
bunch of
gonna
crazy
be weed
dancing.
for sure.
For sure.
Like coming on platters with butlers.
I don't know if it's gonna be all that.
Ooh, I like that.
I like that too. It's
That's-
like weed but bougie.
It depends how much you pay
I mean,
to get in. If you pay $250,
yeah,
you
that
get the
might
weed
take it to
butlers.
500.
Nah, see, that's the problem. You want something to return. So now I'm not actually getting the money. If you paying the
Wait,
$200,
what would you do if you showed up at the wedding that you paid $200 for and it was like really well decorated? Were you like, would you be like, okay, you could have not had the weed butlers and not charged me $200?
No, you'd be like, this experience is, but you also
Yeah,
be like,
because
this
then you
experience
feel
is
like
crazy.
you're owed.
If I got there and like this is really nice, I'd be like, why did you charge us all? Why didn't you just have a less nice wedding and not charge us all?
Oh, you weak. How about you be like, how about you motherfucking be like, oh, I paid $200 and I got a crazy experience. If I paid $200, I would make it about me. I'd be like, yo, I am here. I'm going to get the best out of my fucking dollar. So now I'm here. I'm like, nigga, I ain't leaving till y'all shut this
drinking
shit
all
down.
the drinks.
I'm dancing.
I paid for this booze.
I paid for this drink, bitch. If you get your hands off me, you don't know who I am. The nigga that paid for this.
We all paid for this.
So what? Shit, I'd be acting a damn fool if I paid $200. So if I saw weed
your
butler, I'd be
wedding?
like, man, let me get 4 joints. Stay right there, nigga.
I'm gonna take
smoke
the
all
whole bottle. Oh gosh,
these. For sure. Shit.
that is hilarious.
We all paid for this and then it being really nice and you're pissed off.
You're pissed.
Oh man, that's very funny. Okay. Do a new one?
Florida bride and caterer charged after allegedly lacing wedding food with marijuana. Speaking of weddings.
Wait, what happened?
What's going on with the wedding talks?
Can you
Let's
read
just
that?
like
that
dropping
headline
Yeah,
one
it's wedding season for wine and weed.
A Florida bride and caterer are now facing charges after wedding guests claim they were served weed-infused food without prior knowledge. 42-year-old Dana Glennie had assembled between 30 to 40 guests for the ceremony on February 19th in Lockwood area. At some point, a man at the wedding called 911 and claimed he felt like he was under the influence. When first responders arrived at the
Fucking
scene,
Larry.
additional guests made similar claims. Responding deputies said the bride and another individual were both asked if they had put cannabis in the food served to guests, spurring an alleged no from the former. Now,
wants
per
to know?
reports, items retrieved from the wedding have been tested. Dana Glennie, as well as 31-year-old caterer Jocelyn Bryant, are now facing multiple charges.
What, for making niggas have a good time?
No, I would be angry too. Once I fell asleep in a car, we were driving from Swaziland to Joburg. I wake up and I'm like, why am I so hungry? And then everyone just
yeah.
bursts out laughing. And I'm like, actually, fuck you guys.
Yeah.
I'm like,
Yeah, like being
No,
drunk.
no, imagine how bad you must have felt. You must have been like, oh my God, I have to eat food.
You should go to jail.
Melting.
no, you don't understand the appetite I had. But it's just like, like whose budget is that on? But can everyone choose what they want to do? Like, don't push it on me. If
Yeah.
you
I
want to
agree.
take your
I agree.
gummies, smoke your weed,
Yeah. I'm
with
drink
you.
your wine, like, I don't judge anybody. Do whatever makes you happy, but don't enforce your ideals on other people.
I agree. Now, my question is this.
Yes.
Do you think they should still be charged if it was an accident? If they were like,
It
yo.
wasn't an accident. They chose to have it infused.
Yeah, but you can infuse something just by grabbing the wrong butter or have something. I'm not saying it's very easy. I'm saying that if you grab the wrong jar and somebody didn't label it right.
I think the context
and
is
you
wrong. I think
cooked
if you
with it-
eat it or use it on your hair, it's really good for you. So I think they're just trying to get money for no reason, if we're being honest.
They're not getting money. They didn't get anything
Like,
off this.
marijuana is known to be really great for so many things. It's only like detrimental, or you reach another level of like high if you smoke it. So I think they just, they just want to.
No. Edibles can get
Edibles
you.
can get you
Edibles
so
make you
high.
way higher.
I wouldn't know, and I don't want to find out.
Edibles make you
the-
probably higher than
And here's how you can do it by mistake, because I speak from experience. But a number of
expert.
times, but one being the most recently was that the beginning of quarantine, I made weed butter because I had a bunch of like leftover like weed trimmings. So you put it in a pot with boiling water, and you put butter in, and it bonds to the fat molecules, and then you get a stick of butter out.
But weed butter.
Yeah, you make
you get a stick of butter out of it, or like a little tub of butter, and it's kind of greenish, but like it does look just like butter. And if you are just a chef who is told to put a little bit of weed butter in, we had a chef come over here who wasn't used to working with weed butter, and he just replaced butter with weed butter. And that is a bad idea. You got to just throw in a little bit of weed butter. Yeah. So my girlfriend did the same thing at the beginning of quarantine, and like 8 hours later, I'm like still like trying to move. I like had to do a work day, and
would be so angry.
I was so stoned.
But my question,
because she was exclusively weed butter.
My question is this: again, you guys are all putting these people into a box of malicious or
not malicious. I didn't choose to be high.
No, I'm saying that. Let's think about the perspective that these people did this on accident. I'm asking, do they still need and deserve to be charged?
Don't people get charged for accidents?
I'm not saying that they don't. They get charged different crimes.
Let's say
they get manslaughter sometimes instead of murder and things
like
that.
They call it an oopsie if it's manslaughter.
No, they shouldn't be charged because when we drive over the speed limit and you say sorry to the officer, like I feel the same part. It should be. So they shouldn't be charged.
Well, it depends on who you are. But I also...
and how cute your smile is.
I also feel like what I'm saying is like nothing happened to these people. They're fine.
Hi, boy. They got high.
What if you had a job interview or your job test?
Yes, what if you're going home to your parents?
God stopped you from going to that job interview for whatever reason. There was a car accident waiting outside for you, and God stopped you from driving. I don't know why, but you got to.
The other guy was high as fuck.
Yeah.
He would have hit you.
Well, you guys seem normal. It obviously doesn't affect you, but imagine someone who doesn't take anything.
What do you... Yeah, because I also
and
feel like
edibles can make you like...
Wait, Chris. I think what you're doing is a disservice. I think
I agree.
I think that she really feels green in the area, no pun intended. So like, yeah, for everyone it's different, but I would love to know what you believe it does to you, because for you, the way you keep talking about it sounds like you're like, but they were hot, and there is no coming back from that.
There is no coming back.
So what do you think? Like weed? Like, have you ever smoked? Never smoked.
I have twice in my whole life as a teenager, and I will never do it again.
Okay, you said something about stealing. Like, are these really things you'll do again, or are you?
Like the episodes lasted 6 to 8 hours. And it was like a trance, and I've never been so hungry.
I've never called it an episode.
And I've never been so hungry.
Oh man, I had a crazy weed episode.
It's pissing you off.
I finished a family size like lasagna, like a lasagna that should feed like 8 to 10 people.
Yeah.
No ways, bro. It's not for me.
No, I'm not saying anyone.
I was laughing at like an ant crawling into a dustbin, and I laughed at that for 30 minutes. What? No.
Super Garfield.
Did you just get mad at laughing for something at 30 minutes?
Like,
that sounds
why are you?
One thing.
It kind of sounds like mushrooms. It kind of sounds like you were on mushrooms.
It's fuzzy gold.
It's the weed you want us to smoke. The one that gave you a 6 to 8 hour episode, motherfucker. We don't want that weed.
I will never touch it again.
We smoke pretty good weed, like really good weed.
I think it's not for everyone. Like I haven't really.
I agree.
I'm like lit on my own. So any like additive. Woo.
Yeah, I'm with you. I'm with you for sure. I feel like I was super lit, and then we probably like calmed me down a little bit.
Oh really?
Yeah.
So you needed to be calmed down.
Well, that's what weed does. It doesn't normally make people go crazy.
But
I think some people are. I mean, if you were drugged no matter what, and you didn't expect to be drugged, that's a fucking uncomfortable feeling.
Of course.
The Super Bowl this year, I got somebody was like, I was eating like a shroom chocolate, but it was kind of like a make you feel better, not make you feel that high shroom chocolate. And someone's like, I got shroom chocolates too. And then I like took it, and then like it was kind of just in my hand. I was like, I'm not gonna eat this, but then everybody else ate it, and I was like, guess everyone else, like, I guess I'll have a little. And then cut to me watching the Super Bowl, like thinking about like the larger concept of games, like the larger concept. Like it's like I'm like, and I'm watching these Super Bowl commercials, by the way.
Yeah.
Whew, TurboTax. I'll never look at it the same way again. But yeah, and that gets really uncomfortable, and you're like, "Fuck, I didn't sign up for this," and now I'm in
That's
this
how I feel.
position.
I'm like, I am a good girl. I am a nun. This is not for me.
Yeah, and I know how to deal with it, and I can imagine if I didn't know how to deal with it, I'd be pissed.
I think we're just answering this again. How many counts did they get? It was like fucking guys. It was like 9 felony counts. That's why I'm asking the question.
Oh, okay.
Of like, this is very extreme.
Yeah, right. It's bad vibes, but
They're okay. And this is 9 felony fucking counts again, or some shit like that, wasn't it? 7 felony counts.
It's tampering, culpable negligence, and delivery of marijuana.
That was a prior case, actually. I mean, a prior article.
do you
That had
think?
like 7 different things?
Do you think that somebody? I think somebody should have to be pressing charges in this circumstance, though. Like,
You see what the weed is making him say? Let's just start there.
Well, the guests were getting, the guests were like vomiting and getting sick.
Oh, it was bad
So it
weed,
was-
but they was just like
Okay,
this trash weed.
can I
That's
ask
why we
this?
suing.
How do you know weed is bad weed?
I got you.
You're vomiting.
I can answer these questions. I can only answer these questions because I didn't. Okay, same thing for liquor. I didn't come up in a time of drinking liquor, of ever being like I guess like broke, because I didn't drink liquor until I was like 24. So I already had a little job and shit, so I could at least drink.
Get yourself a little bottle.
Decent.
so you
like,
never knew what it was to get a Popov plastic container and like
Exactly.
Or
No.
box
Like a
wine. He
high
didn't know.
nothing close to it. Same thing in weed. I didn't smoke until I was 28.
Okay, wow.
So I already had money.
Interesting.
So I was smoking like from dispensaries right away. Like that's what I was gonna smoke, dispensaries.
Wow.
So I'm smoking like in my eyes the cleanest and purest, and all this has been tested and blah blah blah. blah. I've now gotten some bags of weed from some niggas that I'm cool with. Maybe 4 times. All 4 times I felt crazy. All 4 times I felt like, damn, I'm so conditioned to this fucking medicinal ass, this clean ass dispensary.
You felt
weed.
crazy?
I felt like super cloudy versus
Cloudy, I could see.
super
for sure.
cloudy versus super clear. Like I can smoke and have the best convo with you, do a whole podcast, do this, that, and the third because I'm smoking, I think, very good weed. Versus if I was to smoke some bullshit, which I have before, I ain't gonna say when, but I smoked some bullshit before the show, and I told my girl immediately after the show, I felt weird the whole fucking show. I didn't do a good show. I felt super weird. I felt super cloudy.
Well, see, I have a more authentic experience as
Yeah,
always.
he smoked all the kind of weeds.
No, yeah, which I
As
bought,
always.
one time I bought an ounce of weed in Mexico from some guy on the beach, and
Yeah,
that is
see-
definitely the worst weed I've ever smoked.
Okay.
And I was thinking about it while you were talking, and I almost like threw up in my mouth. It smells like dirt. It tastes like dirt. It's like not green. It's like brown and like.
We did that too
There's
in Mexico.
long ass fucking stems. There's seeds in there.
I had
all
the same drug dealer in
kinds.
Mexico, nigga. He was horrible.
Yeah. That's probably the worst weed you've
He
smoked.
gave me like oregano and some shit in one of them, and then the other one was definitely just dirt. It was just stems.
Did you
and
say
sticks.
oregano like
Yeah.
as in the herb?
For sure, that was one of them for sure. And the other one was just stems and shit. And we tried to roll it up, and we were just like, "This is the worst." We were not even getting high. All we were doing was tearing our throats up. We
Yeah,
was like,
and it's hot. When
You're
you
like,
smoke
this
it,
is
it's
not
not
okay.
like, that's nice. You're like, ow. You're like, it's like tears up your throat, and you're like coughing, and you're like scratchy for the
"Am
rest
I
of the
high?
night.
I'm not."
No.
It's like, that's bad weed for sure. But I don't know what bad weed, edible weed is like, because a lot of people make edibles out of weed that's like bad because it's super concentrated. So
What was the demo? I hate to stay here. We'll move on. But what was the demo at this party?
my question is who went yes, charge the bride. Go. I want you to go to jail for this wedding that
the
you
bride
had.
got charged too.
I paid $200
The bride
for
and the
this
caterer.
wedding.
The bride and the caterer. Which one is which?
I don't know.
Oh.
She's like, I don't.
Let's not guess. Who is it?
Let me see.
Which one's which? I think. Oh, I don't know what I think.
I would have been tight too.
Chris was gonna say some racist shit. Stop the stuff. That's why I fuck with him.
Yeah.
That's why I fuck with him.
I think either
Chris-
way.
Chris crosses the lines, guys.
He's not a black girl's hair natural, and he's about to say her hair doesn't like it's done, huh?
What?
She's the bride.
The white girl, right? I thought so
The
too.
bride.
But I also
The white one's the bride.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And this is the caterer.
Damn. They call her a whole different inconvenience. They call her bad. They let the bride get her hair done.
What was her wedding?
Oh yeah, it was her wedding. They got them the same day?
The police came.
The same day? They must have been going crazy in there.
Oh, the guy called the cops.
You're on and on about weed. I'm just checking you're catching the wedding hints.
The wedding hint.
Yeah.
All the wedding articles
mean?
that Alana's reading.
Hello. Don't sleep, my boy.
My girl, well, she ain't even stupid. She don't care about no weddings, right, baby?
Yes, she does.
No, she don't.
Okay.
We just go down to the courthouse if anything.
Vegas.
Well, as long as she
Vegas.
gets to spend the money afterwards on what she wants to spend on. I'm advocating for you. Yeah.
What?
Okay, moving along.
I paid $200 and we're just in Vegas.
Okay. Woman charges $10,000 per client as a professional baby namer. The professional baby namer says she charges up to $10,000 per client to help them pick out a name for their child.
Talk.
Recent NYU grad Taylor Humphrey explained to The New Yorker about the rate she charges depending on her client's needs. Her services can range from a consulting phone call to researching names based on genealogical research. However, Humphrey added she's always had an obsession with baby names and launched What's in a Baby Name in 2015. Her prices range from $1,500 to $10,000.
Damn.
Recently, she helped a couple name their child Parks, which was chosen after they explained to her that their first
like
kiss
it.
was in a town called
I want to hate this bitch so bad.
Parks.
Hey, how do you
came
spell
out, I was
Parks?
like, not bad.
How do you spell Parks?
Parks.
Damn,
I
that
like
shit. That
So
shit's kinda
original.
tough. Hey, yeah.
I gotta like Parks.
Like,
Parks
yeah.
is cute.
Yeah. I'm like, well, Buddy Will Smith. Yeah, I'm just like, at first I wanted to hate on her, but like, what's her baby portfolio even look like? Like, what is
Yeah,
she like?
what's her criteria?
These are what babies got in the past. This is what happened. This baby graduated from kindergarten, the top of his class after I named him 11.
Oh.
Like, what the fuck? Like, yeah, what is her, like, her before and after before?
Well, I feel like the $10,000 package should be like, is he unsure if he wants to have children? Wait till he hears my name. He'll want to have kids.
Ooh.
You know, like, because Parks made me kind of want to have a kid.
Yeah.
I was like, maybe I
That's
could
so
have
cute.
kids.
So you would take the name.
Parks Reinacher.
That sounds
And
really
then I'm
good,
like, so
actually.
Parks isn't it. I got to call her. What is it? You know?
Yeah. Parks is kind of dope.
Parks is cute.
Yeah.
But 500, I'm not gonna pay 10,000.
Do you guys know what your names mean? Can I just start there?
Yeah.
What does your name mean?
The white oppressor.
Is he ever not joking? Hi.
No, I think my name means like child of
Child of God?
warrior of light or some shit that don't make real sense. Now my name means perfection. Actually, it really does. My name is Sterling.
Really?
Yeah, like the currency.
Do you know what your name means?
I'm pretty sure my parents were like, we just want an easy name. I think they were like, we're between Christopher and Nicholas. I don't think anybody was
No one
like,
cared about
and
the
what is
meaning.
it, and what does that mean? They're like, I don't know, the name Christopher. You know the name?
You know what it means.
You know the name? He's from the Bible, right? I don't know. Like my dad's siblings are Bob, Mark, Paul, John,
Lazy.
Neil,
Just names.
Catherine.
Basically just names.
Yeah, just fill in the
names.
blank.
Yeah. My
Yeah.
mom's Nina, which is
That's kind of cool.
Kind of
cool.
spicy.
And I think she's kind of like the spiciest one in the whole family.
Yeah, that's kinda
Everyone
cool.
else is named Catherine.
Wow.
Damn.
Like literally, there's so many Catherines in my family.
Do you know what your name means?
The Awakening.
The Awakening.
So this is what I'm trying to say is why people are willing to pay that amount of money. Because let me tell you something. What you name your child ends up becoming their destiny.
Bullshit.
So I win that. That's just
What does that say
Christopher.
for
What
Chris?
are you saying about me?
Get in line, buddy.
Because you better Google what that means. I'm sure there's some amazing thing behind
No,
it.
there's like a Son of God type thing.
Oh,
going
there we
on.
Everybody has
go.
that.
Christ, Ofer.
But like the
But like my parents didn't know that.
the awakening and Sterling, it's like they kind of as a parent, you're deciding the destiny of your child. Like mine means lovable or to be loved. I walk in a room and people just love me. Or maybe not you, Chris, but like most people.
There's sure, but there's got to be also people that are named something.
Bearer
that
of
means,
Christ is
Wow.
what Chris means.
Ooh.
There we go.
Yeah, you know me.
How Christian are you?
I'm a big bearer of Christ guy.
Yeah.
That's who I am. Is what my destiny is. That's
like I feel so bad at laughing at that.
there's probably an interpretation in there somewhere that I could roll with.
Oh God. I hope you find it.
I'll figure it out. Or maybe it's time for a new name.
Listen,
What?
it's 2020.
What's your middle name, Chris?
John.
Nice.
Shit.
Damn, Chris, this shit basic as fuck.
I know.
Christopher John.
I think they were like Reinecher's
That
too
shit-
spicy. Like let's calm it down.
Oh man, Christopher John.
Yeah, that's
It's like
my family's full of
That's
like Catherines. There's Johns.
God.
There's have
if you heard of a character named Christopher
Jessica,
John in a
there's-
movie, you'd be like, "This is a horrible movie."
Yeah.
Christopher John.
Hey, I'm not ready.
They're a lazy writer.
It's like out of the
Christ-
50s. Yeah, there's
John?
like a
Christopher John strikes again. He's a detective. Christopher John.
Christopher John. Yeah.
Sounds kind of nice. Though.
Yeah, it did.
To be
Right there
honest.
was kind of good.
Christopher John.
Yeah.
Christopher John.
Even
Like,
better.
it
than
almost
female
like a
voice.
name that you know already. Christopher John.
Hey, it's Christopher John.
Christopher John. Hey,
Tonight.
Christopher John.
I'm
Tonight,
Christopher John.
Christopher John.
See, we all place Christopher
Yes.
John in different places. They made produce. Like for me, it was like they did produce. Christopher John. We trust Christopher John.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's
I
like
have
Christopher
laughed
Johns.
So much on this.
Christopher John.
Can I
Wow.
just tell you guys at home that these people were not this funny until they smoked? Yeah, I just wanna say.
I believe that.
We were boring and talking about racism before. And now we're all.
Trainer and racehorse both test positive for meth. A trainer and her horse have been banned from racing after methamphetamine was found in both their
A buddy
systems
comedy coming to you.
after a successful race. Rochelle Lockett received a 3-year disqualification from the Racing Integrity Board earlier this week, but if she can stay off the drug for 18 months, she might be allowed to saddle up again. The test came after B Flexi won its race at the Racing Club meeting at Otakai on January 5th this year, earning the owners a stake of $6,700. The horse was swabbed after the win, and when the results came back later in the month, they showed there was meth in its system. Lockett was then required to provide urine and hair samples, which both came back positive for the Class A controlled drug.
Okay, so was
How
the
did this
jockey
happen?
just doing meth so much around the horse that the horse, or was the
Inhaled
jockey
it
and
like
the
you're
horse
doing
like,
so much around me
Right.
that I'm
Yeah.
inhaling.
Secondhand
or
meth.
like was the jockey and the horse best friends and they like talked to each other a lot
Grab this.
and they did meth together.
The horse got the jockey into meth.
Yeah, for sure. I introduced him to meth.
Hey.
He was just a jockey before that.
He didn't. He just said, "Hey,
You gotta try this shit. I feel like I just imagine like late night at the
Yeah.
stables. He's like, well, I gotta go home. What's that?
The lights are
What's
off.
that
It's just only one light
Weird
on.
metallic smell in the air. And like the horse is like sitting like cross-legged almost, just smoking meth, which I don't
And
really
what-
know what that looks
What
like.
effect does meth actually have
don't
on
look
the
at
horse?
me. I definitely. I don't even know weed."
Yeah, I mean, well, so you feel like
I
weed
think
is a
it's like a
gateway
light
drug?
bulb.
Then you really feel that way. For you to say I don't even know weed means that you think weed is the starting point of something.
No, I mean I've smoked it twice in my entire life. I don't have enough experience.
I
to
mean, weed
comment.
So
is
you-
the starting point.
Is it really?
Does somebody go straight to meth? Like,
Okay, I do
I
know.
don't know what community you grew up in. I feel like there are now kids that do pills and then they don't
Yeah.
smoke weed necessarily.
and I never smoked weed, but I do pills.
I think there are kids now that
There's probably
definitely
some kids
take
that do
pills,
that.
dude. Yeah, they
There's
don't
few
even
probably.
smoke weed for sure. So no, in my head, I think weed was always perceived that way in the 70s and 80s, but I didn't know if it was still like, oh.
Well, you know why? It's because I'm
What's that?
not gonna act like I don't know. It's like you can actually dip a joint in heroin. So
What the fuck?
yeah. So
What parties are you at? Shit. that sounds crazy.
Swazi Gold, they go.
no, Shane, we actually had a mate who ended up becoming a drug addict. So it started with weed, and then he just progressed. It wasn't like strong enough, and then he would smoke a joint dipped in heroin. So that's how you would progress. You were asking how does the progression happen? It's just like eventually when it doesn't hit you, you try it once, and then it's like once you're on that, it's like.
Right.
As somebody that smokes weed, and only weed, I just feel like it's so easy to stay at weed that when people like say like, oh, it started this thing before you got, and everybody's different.
Yeah.
But like, oh, weed was this gateway drug, and now that person does heroin. I'm like, I don't know if weed got you.
Right. It's also like alcohol is also kind of a gateway drug.
So is
for
prescription
a lot of people
medication.
too, you know, like.
Yeah.
A lot of people who are doing cocaine probably have also drank alcohol, but that doesn't necessarily mean alcohol got them into
Leads
cocaine.
to it 100%.
Yeah, but sometimes there is a direct thing. Like I started dipping my blunts in heroin, and then became addicted to heroin. That sounds like a pretty clear.
Yeah,
for sure.
There.
Yeah,
but
people dipping blunts in heroin.
That's what
damn, man.
Apparently,
try that.
Damn, man.
Dipping.
Why do I know that?
Yeah.
Nah.
What the hell?
Man awarded $450,000 after employer ignores request not to celebrate birthday due to anxiety disorder.
Wait, he got $450,000 because they celebrated his birthday.
A jury has awarded a Kentucky man $450,000 after his workplace celebrated his birthday despite his request for them not to do so. Kevin Burling, who was employed at Gravity Diagnostics in Covington for 10 months, asked the company in 2019 to avoid celebrating his birthday due to anxiety disorders and panic attacks. As a result of the disregard for his request, he says he had a panic attack and had lunch in his car. He reportedly told supervisors a party would bring him childhood memories surrounding his parents' divorce, and the next day a supervisor accused him of stealing his coworker's joy and being a little girl, leading to another alleged panic attack.
Okay.
He was fired days after the party.
We want to celebrate your goddamn birthday.
Kevin thinks we're not gonna do it because he did this whole lawsuit thing, but we're gonna still celebrate Kevin's birthday. Like, how many times do you have to say no for them to just to get the picture of like, hey, this may actually be a problem for me?
It sounds like he explained it in
Have you
so
guys
many
ever
ways.
seen someone have a panic attack though?
Yeah.
What's the worst way you've seen it in?
The worst way. The worst way I received it. This is the worst panic attack. I don't know.
Not being able to breathe, like someone not being able, they feel like they're...
Yeah, I've had a panic attack before, like on a plane.
Mm-hmm.
Oh no.
Where like the elevation, where I'm like, oh shit, is this happening because of the elevation? Like, is it? I don't know. I don't know what's going on, but I can't breathe right now. And you feel like you can't.
That's scary.
You can't explain what the fuck is going on.
Yeah. Have you seen the gastric one? It's really
the who?
What is it?
The what?
The gastric one?
Like people just farting? Huh?
Oh, people just start
Like
farting.
panicking and just farting? There's a thing? This is a thing?
This is a real thing?
It's a real thing.
We always get to farts.
Is it a panic or is it more like
it's a panic. It's like I'm stressed. It goes to the back.
And then you're just like letting out a bunch of air?
so you dating somebody and you on a date and he's having a panic attack, he just started farting. Everything's amazing up until this point.
This guy's perfect.
He is Prince Charming. Everything is perfect. And then he
starts ripping.
He's like, yo, sometimes I have these panic attacks and I cannot control them. And that's the only thing though that he does wrong. It's like
I don't know. I'm a nice person,
and
so
it's
I'll
tricky.
probably stay.
You're like in love, like you're like up until this point, like in love, like you're like this guy's the best.
he's everything.
And then he's
the
like,
one.
he's like, I just have this weird thing. I get triggered when someone says.
Someone says something.
I don't know. Would you
Says,
guys
"I
say
eat
if you had a girlfriend or your wife is like, when I get nervous or you make me excited or I'm really stressed, I just start ripping. Is that fine?
If you tickle, let's say you tickle the girl,
Not even tickle.
or you scared her.
She's just stressed there, walking in the kitchen. Bra, 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 bra. Are you fine with that?
She just stressed.
Yeah.
Is she that stressed? I don't know why she just stressed. What can I do to alleviate some stress? That's the question I'm gonna ask first. I'm gonna be like, okay, well, why you so stressed?
And what if she's like, well, it's just a thing. It's just an anxiety. It comes with me. What are you asking me why they get panic attacks? Like, I just got a panic attack.
Yeah, that's
and
the way I get a
farted
panic
everywhere.
attack.
And I'd be like, you know what? That's fine. Like,
Oh, you're so sweet.
yeah. I'd be like, you need to panic somewhere else. Panic your ass in the other room. But no, I wouldn't break up with her if that was like, if she was like, yo, And this is the thing I can't control. I am like, that's my whole thing with anything is like, if it's something you can't control, who the fuck am I to tell you?
Yeah, that's
yeah, I'm cool.
You're sweet.
If you really, shorty, if you really just farted like this, like, and you really can't control it, this is unfortunate.
Wait a second.
But I love you anyway.
But yeah, I'm gonna try to push through.
You're a real one.
I'm gonna make a joke out of it. If anything, if we out and about and you just start farting, if we at the movies or if we just at a restaurant, you just start farting, I gotta have a joke on standby just to make lighten the load, so everybody just lighten the load. so everybody at least feel like, all right, the fart was a joke.
It was a setup. Steelo is the punchline. Yeah.
They're like Penn and Teller, but she farts and he does jokes. Okay, I like the duo. Okay.
Oh gosh.
Yeah, you're kind of her dream man, really.
Yeah,
You're the
sure.
ultimate scenario for that person.
I couldn't do my girl like that. If that was something she really couldn't control, that'd be crazy though. That'd be great. And like, how long would it be like before you're like, okay, like, cause you can get out still with preference.
There aren't
early
men
enough.
like you left anymore. So men who are just real. they really aren't.
There's no men tolerating farts out here. Zero tolerance.
No one.
Society may have progressed in a lot of ways, but niggas ain't taking farts. I ain't accepting the part. I'm gonna fuck about rights. You can have that, but the farts, that shit gotta go.
It's true though. You guys expect us to be perfect.
I do not. My girl don't fart around me, and like, hey, I fuck with her for it. But I also like, if she did, I'd be like, human
okay.
stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But keep it to a minimum. Okay. Oh shit! It says activist who set himself on fire in front of the Supreme Court, and it just hit me right now. And then why isn't Chris Angel or somebody an activist? Wouldn't you love to see a magician be an activist? A nigga go out and do some fucking crazy thing, but he got a message with that shit.
That
No,
would be cool.
Nobody, just me.
That does sound cool. Why aren't magicians?
That sounds cool as shit, right? If Martin Luther King had tricks,
Because it's just a trick.
If the activist,
he had tricks.
I think you got to make the magician to activist line. I think activist to magician
isn't right. You're right. You're right.
It's
But
like
magician to
wait a
activist.
second.
Or a magician activist from the beginning. Like, you just come out, you're like a Banksy, but like nobody really knows who you really are, but you got some big message every time. And you like, Anonymous. You
Yeah,
work
like
with
Anonymous is kind of
Anonymous need to
magician-y,
do- But they need to do magician work for real. Real magician work.
I don't respect what they've done yet. They need
Because
to
they
do
still hide it
Me
behind
neither.
They hide it behind that
Like,
computer
what's
screen.
behind my back?
Yeah, I want to see Anonymous hold their breath underwater for 3 minutes and come out and march for black people. Those are the things I want to see them do.
Real magic.
Real magic that you like. How would he be under?
How did they do that?
How they do
See,
No,
that?
you do get the how did they do that?
No, but you
factor.
guys are looking for unicorns.
You
We
don't
need
think
unicorns
they
to
exist?
change the world. We need unicorns to change the world. That's a quote.
I
hey,
love that.
Y'all can have that quote right there. That's me right there.
I mean, we made that quote together. I mean, I helped
Whoa,
you get there.
real South African of you to try to jump on board and take what I just
That's
created
right.
over here.
Is that what South Africans
I don't know,
do?
but it felt right in the moment. Felt like I was judging, and I was like, "Good job, Sterling."
You feel good judging?
Sometimes I do.
Okay.
I know it's not right.
But we can't go
But
on. Say your point.
as a people, I think all of us need a certain amount of judging to do in order to keep motherfuckers in check. We gotta judge motherfuckers out here in these streets, because if not,
Fact.
people start doing crazy shit and you
Jumping
be like,
on our heads.
yeah, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? That
And start
dude,
disrespecting.
that dude who whipped his dick out by the park. Guess what? Nobody told him it was weird for
Which
a while.
dude whipped his dick out in the
I don't know,
park?
some hypothetical dude that's
Okay,
out there.
okay.
I hope he's in jail now.
Okay, Steelo.
First of all, but I'm saying,
Hypothetical jail.
yeah, no, I hope he's in real jail. If he did that, he should be in real jail. But yeah, you know what I'm saying. You feel me, kinda? Okay.
We feel you.
I was with you, and then I forgot what we were talking
Me
about. 'cause
too.
I got
That's
high.
the weed.
The point was, I missed the point.
The
So
point-
hypothetically,
I lost
wait,
concentration.
Wait, what do we?
Oh, the unicorn something.
We need
Oh
unicorns
yeah,
to
are
change the
unicorns
world.
real?
Unicorns are not real.
So, what do you say?
Did you know that?
You
So
say
the
you
world
can't
will
change the
never
world?
change.
Why have people not like created a unicorn yet? Like,
Well, I have a unicorn onesie, so I believe I'm one.
that is not how that works at all.
You can. Are you saying that is your full quote? Unicorns can change the world.
No,
unicorns are not real.
We need
I know
unicorns to change the world.
That's
But
it.
then immediately after you said
I didn't say that.
unicorns
That second
are
quote was not
real.
one I want you to write down. The first one
Unicorns
was.
can change the world. I think what he means is that there's people who have like a seventh sense or really like spiritual or special, and they have the tender loving care to care for people at large, and we or they have the power to change the world. And I think in all the jokes he said something really positive and powerful.
You know what? I appreciate you for taking the silver lining out of that. Silver lining like
Someone
Sterling
has to do it,
Silver.
like Sterling,
I should make that. This is the silver lining.
The
Each week.
silver
like
brim.
Christopher, Child of Christ.
Silver.
What?
Because your last name.
What
Yeah.
the fuck?
You want to do a question?
Did we get a
Let's do a
question?
question
Did we-
from because
yeah.
we did a Q&A special last week. We don't always do questions. We have a bunch of leftover questions.
What's weirder, not liking kids or not liking older people?
Oh, that's a really good question.
That is a good question.
It's a really good question because old people have. Oh, this is a really good question.
Do people like? I guess they're like, I don't like old people. Is that what they? I like old people.
I feel like old people have more room and more of a history of not liking younger people.
I feel
So
like
people go into this thing and believe I don't like old people. Old people get on my nerves, or they can't drive, or they're this thing. But I think old people dope as fuck because they just people who got old.
Yeah, hey, that's another good quote.
Old people
Old
dope
people
as
dumb as
fuck.
fuck,
They
'cause
just people who got old.
Then you freeze it.
Yeah, that's a fucking other quote y'all can have.
so
Shit.
it's hard because also there's a lot of people who don't like kids, which like okay, but then to me, so if you're like I don't like kids, I'm like I don't judge you for saying I don't like kids. But if somebody's like I don't like old people, I'd be like what? You know, it would. How many times have you met somebody who told you they don't like old people?
I feel like anybody that says I don't like
I've
old
met
people,
a few.
they're
It's
probably
just
like
because
12.
they can be difficult.
yeah, they can be unlikable.
But you just
Old people?
Yeah, they
Yeah.
start
But
to
as
get
a blanket
grumpy.
statement, like just to be like, I don't like old people. I
Yeah.
can understand you being like, I don't like babies because you're like, yo, I don't want a baby or babies
But to
make me
not like a
but they make me
baby?
uncomfortable or they're this or that. But like for you just to be like, yo, I don't like old people. It's like, what did an old person do to you that you was like?
What could a
fuck
kid do to
all
you?
of them old
I think a lot of things. I think you could have bad experience with old people,
I'm
maybe
saying,
in
like,
your
what?
family. You could have old people be, have like stubborn views of the past you don't agree with, get mad at old people, or but oh shit, I was
It's
going
weird
somewhere
because
with
they're
it.
both old and young are both like soft spots. You can't not like them. It's like you feel special care for them, like a child or an older person, because they both can't really do things for themselves. So it's weird if you don't.
So they
like any
need
of them.
you.
They need you.
Yeah, which
You
makes
gotta
it.
be a little nice.
I let my grandma know all the time. Don't talk back to me. You need me, okay?
No, don't do that.
If I don't feed you, nobody does.
No, you have to show
Yeah.
what. No,
Okay. Wouldn't dap me on that one, huh?
I ain't
Hey,
dabbing
you little baby. You don't fucking know
What if
words.
it's like I don't want to be around old people because just don't like being reminded
They
that
are-
we're all gonna get old and like I don't want to
Yeah.
think about that.
Yeah.
That is like some
So
weird
like
shit.
old people just bum me out. I think anybody who doesn't like to be around kids or old people, like you got a little something going on with you.
I think old people dope. Old people be dope for real, honestly.
Like, look at Snoop. He's a cool.
Damn,
old
you
person.
call Snoop an old person? Damn, just an old person. Just like, I'm not saying Snoop
I
isn't
mean,
older. I'm
didn't-
just like, damn, old. Just like he old. Like, when I
Snoop
think about
is like
old,
the
my grandma.
quintessential old.
My
He's
grandma
like
just
the
turned
coolest.
94. And
Oh,
she
you're
old.
talking
Like,
that
I'm
old.
like, she
Okay,
old
cool,
as
cool.
fuck.
I was thinking old. Like
Oh, I didn't- I
like
wasn't
people
thinking
who,
old,
like,
old.
70. Not a
Okay.
nigga that's rolling up on TV and is dancing
Okay,
on
okay,
TV
fine,
right
fine,
now.
fine.
And like, that's not in my head. Like,
That's
you
not
just
old.
old.
Who's the
fam.
coolest old person?
Who's the coolest old? Well,
like
it was
Quincy
Betty
Jones
White, but
is
she
old
died.
and cool.
Quincy Jones cool as fuck, but he real cool. Like that's different kind of cool.
But he also real old.
I want like you mean like more like universal cool, right? Because Quincy cool for real, but he don't give a fuck about what you think. Kind of cool.
I like that.
Yeah, that's different level cool.
I do notice like the older we get, we have like zero fucks as we get older. We don't care what
Why
people think.
would you care?
Yeah.
Exactly.
You watch people die.
Like-
as you get older, like niggas be dropping, fam.
I don't
care
care.
what you say.
I'm gonna do it me.
Yeah, there's a whole different type of cool when you're old and you're like making jokes about your friends dying and shit. It's
Yeah.
Whoa.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm like, I can't
Quincy
even.
Jones does that all the time.
I got some family members who like do stuff like that. I'm like, it's hard for me to even like think. I'm like, oh my God, I'm sorry. She's like, just kind of making jokes about it.
I know I'll be that person for sure.
For sure. And so you're
know
like,
I'll be that person.
I'll appreciate it when I'm there. But right now it just makes me sad and scares me.
Well, my family, like, we make jokes at the funeral. Not like that, not about the person, but maybe about the person. But it's not.
But you're a joking kind of guy.
We're a joking family as well,
Yeah.
and our whole family's like that. Where the person who passed away, they probably had a whole bunch of jokes, and now you just like, yo, fam, I got the upper hand because you can't say the jokes back, so it's over. But like, yeah, our family is just that way. So I think it's just different.
But that's a gift because I say a joke like that at a funeral in my family. It's over. That's a gift. That's special.
Yo, man, you ain't never seen nobody come to a funeral where you was like, come on, fam, why he wear that shit? God damn.
Hell no.
So I think I'm actually gonna go with that. It's weirder not to like old people than not to like kids because I can see you living in an environment where you're just like, look, kids aren't on my radar. I am doing my life. I live in this world, and
Fuck
then I have to
kids,
go
I
in
want you.
here and I gotta fucking play with
Trust
with
Christopher
an airplane.
to real lesson.
Okay,
You're the guy, Chris. You
I
real
don't-
listen.
I like kids. I think kids are cool.
they're
But
so
they can be
cute.
annoying as shit.
But like if
Obviously.
you don't want to involve yourself with kids, I don't think that's weird. If you don't want to involve yourself with any old people, I think you got something going on.
Actually, I'm with Chris. Actually, now I'm on full on that side.
Listen,
now.
old people can
I'll
be
te-
annoying as shit too.
No, but I'll tell you.
They'll tell
what-
you everything you're doing wrong.
Yeah, they.
Yeah.
I love my grandma, but she was always telling me what I'm doing wrong.
That's fair. I feel like with kids though, granted, I'm lucky to be around a good kid. I'm lucky to be around Zane, a good kid. But I will say, kids, the more I'm around them, they're bad and horrible. they're god awful. The more I'm around kids, other kids, I'm like, I thank God Zane is a good kid because kids are fucking awful. They do.
He's been wanting to talk about this for a while.
Yeah, I have.
They've been driving him crazy.
They do so many things. Once they start forming opinions, it's over. It's fucking over. Because they will just tell you whatever they want to tell you. And then kids with money, they don't
the
know
worst?
limits. Yes, they're the worst fucking kind of kids because they have imagination. Because nothing's ever been told no to them, so they only like believe I can change anything. So they can tell you how
Unicorns.
stupid you are. Yeah, and I'll be real with you.
What?
I'll be real with you. I know this because I was the kid. That's why I'm saying this. I was also the kid that used to go in the room with the elders and make them feel stupid. And I'll be real with you. I probably was right. But it was just more about my attitude. Like, get the fuck out of here, you little brat. You don't know anything.
Be respectful.
Because you don't know shit. Even if you know
But even if he knows everything.
If you know that it is. No, and I come across kids now and I'm like, this little motherfucker smart as hell. But I also am like, shut the fuck up. Because you don't know nothing. Because you ain't even got no bills in your name. Just some old
You're
bit
just
of shit.
living for free.
Just some old bit of shit, yeah. But
Yeah.
kids can be entitled. They talk to you crazy. They start believing you work for them. You be like, what, fam? You don't work for you. Like, the fuck?
Yeah.
No? Nobody
I can
else
see
back
that.
me.
I can see that.
This the rich kid sleeping over driving him crazy? Huh? This the rich kid sleeping over driving him crazy?
Yes, definitely.
I can see it. Strong.
What rich kid sleeping over? There was a rich kid sleeping over. I was like, don't sleep over.
No sleepovers? I love that. I hate
no.
sleepovers. Can people just sleep in their houses?
No, because then kids start saying weird shit and doing weird shit. You got to deal with them throughout the night. And you're like, fuck. You don't eat this? They didn't even put a slip on you or nothing. Tell me that you didn't eat this shit. Now I got to form a whole new meal for this little nigga. Well, God, getting late. What do you eat?
This was how many kids?
Even one.
I can do
I
4.
could do do a couple kids. They entertain themselves at some point.
More than
Yeah,
that, then it's
that's like a birthday
rowdy.
party
Yeah, I could do
event.
4,
That's
I
not
can't
like
do
a
1.
regular.
just one kid
I
sleeping
think
over by
one
itself?
kid is like too much attention. You got to give it both the kids.
Like, are you
versus,
fine,
like,
Jonathan?
4
Yeah.
kids. You like, I put a movie
Yeah,
over y'all. You
like-
didn't watch that shit.
Yeah.
Play.
I got some takeouts. Eat that shit.
Yeah, like they prisoners slide that shit through the door. Y'all eating in there? All right. For sure. Thank you so much, Amanda, for coming
Yes,
on the
thank you,
show.
Amanda, for coming.
Thanks for having me. It was amazing.
For putting South Africa on the
On the map.
Yeah, you know,
Shout out.
on wine, and we almost said ridiculousness. But that's wild. For Steelo Brim and Chris Reinacher, I'm Rob Yurdak. Zip it up.
Zip it out.
All right.
Bye. Bye. Oh, man, you guys.